you're going to get back all the time. There's no better way to do it. You just do it. Number 4, your network determines your net worth. Did you know that? It's a bit of a cliche, but don't underestimate the power of that statement. Your network equals your net worth. Okay? So, you being, like you might say, what does he mean by my network? Well, your network is people here, right? Here at My Partner in Profit. I'm part of your network. Equals your net worth. See, if you hang around with people that suck and fail all the time, your probably net worth is probably low. Look around. Are the people giving you advice qualified in the very least? Okay? Don't take advice about money. Here's my advice. Don't take advice about money, business, or success from someone that is equal or more broke than you are. Okay? And it happens all the time. I get people to say, we'll show them a business. They'll ask me about my primary business. I'll send them to the presentation. They'll come back and ask some questions, and then they've got to think about it or got to talk to their husband or something. And then they go away, and then 3 or 4 days later they come back and say, yeah, I got some more questions because I talked to my mom about this, or I talked to my neighbor about this, or I talked to my wife about this. And they said it's not going to work. I laugh. I'm like, and how are they qualified? Well, no, it's just a lot of people are saying it won't work. Because it's never worked for them. I mean, that's the stupidest thing anybody could ever say to me. Seriously. Think about that. Who said it wouldn't work? Well, people that haven't done it. And some people just don't think, I don't think sometimes, but seriously. If someone, don't go for advice. Okay, it's the same thing as this. Use this analogy. Would you take medical advice from me? Right? Would you? Let's say you have this wicked cough and you're bleeding out of your belly button. I don't know. Something silly like that. Okay, and then you came to me and said, Paul, I have no idea what's going on to me. I haven't been to a doctor or anything, but I know you're an internet marketer and a home-based business entrepreneur coach, but I'm bleeding out of my belly button. I got this fever for the last 3 weeks, and I'm getting these spots all over my butt. What do you think it is? And then I go, it's a case of, just overactive nerves. It's nothing. Are you going to really take my advice? Okay, you shouldn't. I'm not qualified. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay, am I saying, you should listen to people that have already done it before, successful in business and money? Yes. Should you listen to me? Yes. Okay, do I have a big ego that everybody in the world should listen to me? No. But I'm being realistic about it. Find people that are doing better than you, and then listen to what they're telling you to do. Okay? Don't listen to people that haven't. Okay? Now, I'm going to share a personal story with you. When I used to visit my brother, it's not today like this, but when I used to visit my brother for about 10 years, I dreaded it. Why do you think? Take a sip of coffee. Why do you think? Because he was negative. Because all he wanted to talk about how horrible things were, how we're all just here on the planet and given what we've always got. The economy sucks, taxes are too high. He just complaining about everything, just settling and it was yucky. I could feel myself getting depressed being around him. So I mentioned it to him one time and he agreed, which blew my mind 10 years later, by the way. So now we're all good buddies. And we don't talk about that stuff. When he wants to talk about that stuff, I leave. And he gets it, and so he just doesn't even start talking about it. Okay? Why you're probably playing a game you can't win. Okay? Most 9-to-5 jobs have zero leverage. You can't win at that game. You know it. That's why you're in this industry. Hopefully you know it. You are strictly trading time for dollars. It's got a ceiling. This is the real reason why you'll never get rich working for someone else. It's not about how much you make. It's about leverage. in your online business, you get paid for results, not time. Okay, so that's different for a lot of you guys that are new or just trying to understand business, because you don't trade time for money in a business. Okay, you get paid for results, not time. So don't go out there and write 10 articles or do keyword research, come up with 30 keyword names, go write 10 articles and create 10 videos around it and put it on your blog and think that you're automatically going to make $1,000. Okay, because that would be trading time for money, right? You ever thought of it that way? All right. Well, I went out and joined a safe list. Or I went out and wrote 10 articles and I just fired it out there and I didn't make money. Right? Because you have a worker's mentality. You have a job mentality still. Unfortunately. Okay? You need to expand your brain. That's why you're listening to this webinar. That's why you came here. So I know who I'm talking to. Not preaching to the choir, right? Right? Time does not equal money. You don't clock time as a business owner. Never. Never. If you've owned your own business ever, you don't never clock time. You don't, at 5 o'clock, I got to go. If there's still something to get done, you keep doing it. You don't clock time. That's why sometimes I'll be down here at 10 o'clock at night till 1 in the morning. Okay? But I'm not clocking it on time. Like, oh, I got to put my 8 hours in. Things got to get done and I'm going to do them. Results equal money as a business owner. Results equal money, not time. Okay? Our goal for you here is to build assets that continue to bring you revenue over time. That's what my PIP is about. So our goal here at My Partner in Profit is to help you build assets. Wow, that's sounding like wealth building techniques and terminologies, right? Build assets? Oh my God, I'm a secretary. I don't build assets. I'm a grocery clerk. Oh my God, do they build assets? Those are big words. So our goal here is to build assets that continue to bring revenue. Ooh, revenue. That's crazy words. Like, why isn't he saying money or a paycheck? Revenue over time. Because these are business terms. These are what wealthy people say. This is what wealthy people do. We bring you revenue over time. That's why we teach you article marketing. That's why we teach you video marketing. That's why we teach you these things, because those are building assets that you do something once time that will continue to bring you revenue over time. Okay? Do the work once and get paid over and over and over again. Now, on the internet, that applies where content is king of leverage online. The articles, the videos, the blog posts, do they make you money fast? No. Can they? Yeah, they can make you a little bit of money here and there. But they're not fast. It's over time. But we do teach you other things that do happen fast. You need to do them both. You can't just say, well, I'm just going to do PPC because it can happen faster. I get results quicker. If you're not building assets and you're not leveraging your time. See, when you go do a PPC ad and somebody's seen it and that's it, or you go do a safe list or you go do any of those kind of things, you do it once and it's over. If you didn't earn any money from that, you got to go do it again. If I go write an article and it gets on the first page of Google, and I go put up my websites and things that get on the first page of Google, like I have been, I still earn money and get traffic and generate profits from all of that forever. Still today, from things I did 5, 7, 10 years ago. Okay? That's how you build wealth. Oops, skipped one there. Number 6 out of the 7, the true definition of money. First off, money is nothing more than colored paper. Okay? That's all money is. We know that. I mean, I don't know them in the United States. I don't think you guys have colored paper. It's like just all green or something like that. Most other countries in the world, they color it so we can tell what colors they are and the numbers are and things. In the dark, like Monopoly. Okay. There's only one way that money gets exchanged, and when it's the perceived value of a good or service exceeds the value of the money your prospect possesses. That's the only way, right? So whatever the value is, like, wow, this is awesome training. Like I'm getting like $2,000-$3,000 a month worth of training at my PIP as a pro. I only have to pay $50. Then you exchange it. See? Right? If you see a little book in the bookshelf and you look through it and it says, and here I'll show you a story with it exact the difference. Okay, somebody with a different mindset than me, my father-in-law. We're at the bookstore about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and I'm pretty successful, if I don't say so myself, in this industry, and he knows it. He worked hard his whole 40 years of his life. 40 years, 60 hours a week, all kinds of different things, right? And he ended up retiring with less money than he had when he was working, which is, I think, is crazy. Okay? And I tell him that, and he knows it, but it's too late now, right? It's over. Now, this is what we were in the bookstore, and he was like really into entrepreneurship because he was getting ready to retire back then, about 5 years ago. And he was, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna do something on the side here when I retire, and I'm gonna do something. And he goes, and we went. He said, "You want to go for a coffee?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Let's go to Chapters." And it has a Starbucks and all the whole 9 yards things and stuff like that, and the couches and all that. So I said, "Well, let's go grab a couple books and see." So we went to the business section. He's like, "Well, what kind of books do you read?" And I said, "I don't know. Just look for something that appeals to you of your interest, and you'll find something to learn about." So we are kind of browsing the section. I'm looking for my stuff and things like that. And then he comes over to me and he goes, "Hey, look at this book." He goes, "Is this worth it?" And I go, "What is worth it?" He goes, "This book's $40." I go, "Like $40, $39.95? Wow. What's it called? What's it about?" And he turned to me and he said, "How to Make $1 million your first year in real estate." Some of you guys don't get why I'm laughing, but it says how to make $1 million your first year in real estate. $40 was a lot of money. Do you see? In his mind, the perceived value of making $1 million and learning how to do it in real estate was not worth $40. So that's why the wealthy get wealthy and the broke and the average and the mediocre stay the same. Okay, it's just the perception of their mindset of what they're actually learning. When I go get a course, like for instance, why have I spent like I've went to the most I've ever paid for a one weekend $6,000, $6,000, and it was to learn about leverage online, and from a very very successful person that makes $10 million a year. Well, why would I pay $6,000 to learn from someone that makes $10 million a year? Because the perceived value to me was that he's going to share with me how he makes $10 million a year, and all I got to pay is $6,000. Money is only a byproduct of creating and distributing value to society. Rich people simply provide more value to more people, and which then they could charge more for it. Number 7, the fastest way to become successful. The fastest way to become successful is to act quickly. Okay? Not it's speed of implementation. If I teach you how to go do keyword research, you go do it. You don't think about it. You just go do it. If I've taught you how to do article marketing, you don't think about it. You go do it. If I taught you how to do display and media buys, you don't think about it. You go do it. The fastest way to become successful is to act quickly. Don't think about the next question. Minimize the time between when you get a new idea or strategy, hence everything that we're teaching you here, and the time when you put it into action. Right? On Thursday night, I taught, what did I teach on Thursday night? Keyword research? Or article marketing. How many of you since that time have taken action? Or are you waiting for more information maybe on Saturday morning how to do it? Do you get it? Stop thinking and start doing. There's a time to learn and there's a time to earn. And it's right after you learn. Don't keep expecting the next one. Here's a good one for you procrastinators. Or the paralysis by overanalysis people. If you're thinking about doing something, just go do it. If you're saying, well, that's what I'm thinking I should go do it right then. Ask questions later. Don't say, well, I'm thinking about doing this, but maybe I'll ask a question on the next Q&A call to see if I'm doing this right. Just ask questions later. It's always better to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. Successful people will always be forgiving. Okay? The people that are sitting in mediocrity will always ask for permission. Can I do this? Can I do that? Should I do this? Could I do that? Meanwhile, the person that actually took action is already successful. Yeah, he screwed up more, but that's part of it. You'll learn way more from your mistakes than you will from your successes. Way more. I have. All successful people have. Wealthy people are always trying to figure out how they can fail faster. Crazy, right? For you people that's scared to fail. Wealthy people, rich people, millionaires are always trying to figure out how they can fail faster than somebody else. Because they understand that making mistakes is a natural part of the process of being successful. They understand that. They already got that. I have to fail. It's peaks and valleys. I got to go through that. That's totally the way that I think. Okay? What about if you keyword research the wrong keyword? Okay? So let's say you sort of watched the training and you kind of got it. Then you went off for 2 weeks and learned something else. But then you came back and said, hey, I got to get back to doing that. You forgot how to do it. And then you say, well, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to go do it now. And you screw up and you pick a bad word that's way too competitive or whatever, and it never ever sees the light of day of Google on the first 10 pages. But you did it. You fail faster. You failed and you say, oh, what did I do wrong? Maybe I didn't do the research properly. Then you go back and you redo it again. But what hurt you from doing that one wrong? It's still out there. It's still there. It still might make its way up a little bit. It's okay. Now, I'm going to show you a little, we're going to do a little workshop right now. And this is probably going to hit most of you right in the face, that you never looked at it this way before, okay? Now, I want you to identify your why and make it as big as possible, okay? Now, when I say the why, I'm talking about the vision. So those of you, again, that have not listened to or watched my 8 pillars of online success, go listen to it, okay? But in there, I talk about develop your vision, okay? Identify, which is your why. Why are you doing the business? Why do you need my partner in profit to help you? Why do you build your primary business? Why do you need it to be? Why do you need to make it work? Why do you need the money? Okay, and make it big. And it's an emotional thing. It needs to be huge. The bigger, the better. I'll show you why. I'm going to visually draw on the screen here. I'm going to show you why. Okay? Now, why? Identify your why. Make it as big as possible. Okay? And it's not a goal. So someone says, well, I just want to make $2,000 a month. That's not big enough, first off, and that's only a goal. Okay? Your why must be emotionally attached, like so big that if you don't achieve it, you will actually feel disappointed in life. It's a must thing you have to do. It's your destiny why you were born on this planet. Okay? Is it to serve more people? Is it to help more people? Is it to create a legacy for your family for decades and decades and generations? So that nobody in your family ever has to worry about paying a bill, getting into debt, or going to school, or getting a better education, or whatever it is. And I'm not talking just about you right now on this short time on the planet. I'm talking about your kids' kids and kids' kids, and think big as possible. And I'll show you in a minute why. Very, very important. And why it's actually easier to achieve a bigger goal than it is a small one. I'm going to draw something on the screen here that will illustrate exactly why. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys for some help. I'll see if I can get some here. I got to make sure. Good ideas in the window to the left. A lot of. Okay. You guys are good. You guys are making some really good comments here. Okay. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just making sure you get rid of the stuff there because I need some really good feedback from you guys. Okay. On this one, we got to do this project together. This is a workshop, so this means you participate in this part. You don't just listen and learn. You have to participate and help me. Okay. So this is you down here. Okay. And for you females, just pretend. Okay, but all the guys, this is you. You're ready to get started in your business. And this is why you need to make a really big why of why you're doing this. Okay, this will help you out big time when I show you this. Okay, so this is you. Now, I'm going to show you the difference between a goal and a why. Okay, So let's draw the goal. This is the goal. Okay? This is your goal. If you were to, this is the difference, so you guys understand the difference. Okay? This is a goal. Okay? Let's say your goal is to make, I don't know, a certain amount of money, $5,000 a month. Okay? Let's say that's your goal. Okay? Now, that's a goal. Okay? So it kind of peters around this line right just over his head. And this box is the Y. Oops, my little thingy got in the way. Oh, I lost my pencil. Hang on. This is your Y. Okay, it's a tower. This is your Y. Why you're doing it. Why do you get up at 3 in the morning, Sherry? why does Chase, seem to never go to sleep? Why is Chase there in the Facebook forum helping people? Why is Chase applying his marketing all day long, and he even appears to be there at 9, 10 o'clock at night too? Why does he do that? Why is all those things happening? Okay, that's the why, and this is your goal. This is the difference. Okay, so now I need your help on this part so that I can illustrate this really and literally illustrate it. Give me some things that has happened to you. Really good excuses. Okay, of why you didn't certainly do some things in your business that you should have. Okay, like showing up for the webinars. I'm tired. There's a good one. Okay, keep them coming. I'm tired. So these are potential things that everybody runs into. They got good excuses. Okay, so you're tired. Well, you're tired. Remember, this guy's trying to get to the goal. Okay, he's trying to create a path to get to the goal, right? Because that's what he's trying to do. He was in business. He's all excited. Same thing. So then he runs into, he got tired because he worked all day, so he got tired. Okay, there's a little hurdle. He got tired. Okay, no, that's not enough really to hold him back because he can jump over that hurdle, right? It's not that high. It's not higher than his goal, certainly, right? See, his goal is this line right here. And the tiredness just temporarily caused a little block in the road for him to jump over. Okay? What's some other ones? Job, schedule, hours. Too busy with family things. I forgot. You're lost. Never leaving the starting blocks. That's not really an excuse. I'm too busy with family things. Yeah, family things came up. And that was more important than me reaching my goal. So it went over here, right? So there's too many family things. I have to do too many things there, and I have to stop because I didn't. It over exceeds the goal. It's higher than the goal, so I have to stop. I got to quit, right? No, you guys aren't getting it. What other excuses? I can give you some that I hear all the time. What excuses do you give, and what excuses that other people have given you why they quit the business, why they couldn't do it, why they didn't show up? It's too hard. Yeah, there's a good one. It's too hard. I like that one. I'm not, and I'll put this one in there. It's too hard. Okay, I've tried this before. I guess. But anyway, it's too hard. I'm not technical, Paul. I'm a newbie on the internet. It's too hard. I can't learn that stuff. It's too hard. Not enough money. Yes, there's a good one. Well, not enough money. Oh my goodness, not enough money. Those things are causing you not to hit your goal. Because they're too big of hurdles to get over, so they can't get there, right? I have bad luck. Okay, well, bad luck. Everybody has bad luck, so let's go right there. Well, bad luck. It takes too long. Well, what's the alternative? Not fast enough. What's faster? 40 hours a week for 40 years? Yikes. I joined too late. I joined too late. Not enough time. Stop believing in luck. I joined too late. These are good. Not enough money. Another one. Don't have money. Okay. Oh, here, now I'm going to get into some really good ones, okay? You guys will like these ones. These are typical things that I hear all the time that knock people right off course, Okay? You don't have to supply anymore. Lazy, that's an honest one. Okay, so now these are some things that knock people off course. This last one that you guys just gave me is an awesome one because these are I hear all the time. Okay, here's one. It's pretty big. Nobody wants to buy the product. I couldn't succeed at the business because nobody wants to buy the product. It's too expensive. It doesn't work the way they said it does. So these things are enough I can't hurdle that, so I can't reach my goal. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to quit. Okay? I can't figure this out. This is just too hard. Right? We talked about that one. This one's back here. That's enough to quit. Right? That's why. But if you have a big enough why, oh, here's another one. I got sick. I got sick. And I had to stop, so I'm going to have to quit. Here's another one. This one's devastating. Seems to be is a good one in the failure person's mind, not mine. Here's a really good one. Okay. This one, this one is my sponsor. It's my sponsor's fault. My sponsor doesn't answer the phone. My sponsor isn't there. Okay? I'm too old to learn this stuff. Thanks, David. That's another from David Bloom. Or Jonathan, sorry. I'm too old. I can't learn this stuff. Okay? Those are all exceeding the level to be able to reach your goal. Okay? So your goal was only 5K a month. That's too small. It's too small. So there's some things that you can't hurdle over. So when big things are like the product won't sell, the product's too expensive, the product didn't work, nobody wants that, the timing's bad. My sponsor won't answer the phone. My sponsor, he's not helping me. He's not doing it for me. He's not there. Well, that's why I failed. So I got to quit and go find another business to try it. But meanwhile, they keep setting a small goal. Now, watch this though. Look at the why. Can you still keep your eye on your why? All of these dumb excuses that mean nothing, you can always see your why. It's big. It's huge. Nothing will oversee it. Now, how crappy your sponsor is, that's what's not going to stop you. See, someone that understands and has built up their strong why, like myself and lots of you guys, that none of this stuff matters. Like, I can't log into viral URL. Okay? Okay? I can't log into viral and I know some of you guys are saying, he's talking about me. What an asshole. But I'm doing it to try to hit home with you that those are tiny, normal, nothing things. Those mean nothing to help you hit your why. You'll get by it. You'll figure out a way to do it. Okay? But if you have a little goal, like, oh, I just want to make money, well, that's so vague of a goal, and that's not your why. Your why is like, I want to create financial freedom for my family. Let's say that's your why. Okay, write it down. You should have it written down. It should be visioned in your head that you can dream about it all day. That's my goal. That's what I'm doing. It's not even, I don't want to say a goal. Because goals are small things. Like this week I want to write 25 articles. Okay? So anyways. I got Will laughing. Okay? I tend to do that because of my honesty and my I don't want. Remember, there's a perfect example. Okay, so some words come out of my mouth. It's easier to apologize later. I don't think about it too much. I just let her rip. Anyway, you guys all know I care about it, trying to get the point home. So I do whatever it takes. So that's my. If your why is to become financially, to set your family's legacy for financial freedom forever, so that they can always contribute to raising funds for disabled people that ended up in a car crash, or mothers that get widowed, single mothers that get widowed. Maybe your goal is to provide $1 million a year for that. For I don't know if you guys know this, but like there's tons and tons of families get, it's not their fault. It's just that life threw them a curveball. It's not even a decision they made. It was somebody else's decision to cut their husband's life short. and leave that mother with 4 kids. And that guy didn't have life insurance. Is that her fault? I mean, and the reason I'm strong about that one is because that's one of mine. I mean, or children that need transplants. My daughter had a liver transplant ever since then. And she's going to be in the transplant Olympics this year, actually. But anyway, a lot of those things are my whys. Those are bigger. I have an obligation to reach those. So when my sponsor doesn't call me back, care less. Okay? When I can't figure out how to log into Traffic Swarm, who cares? That's just a little bump in the road. That's just down here. This is where I'm looking. This is where I'm going. So all these little hurdles, which are normal things that you got to overcome, mean nothing. You just have a break, go for a walk, have a cup of coffee, go get a drink of milk, go work out in the gym, go run around in your garage, whatever it is. Go take a big breath of fresh air, go climb a tree, whatever makes you feel. Clear your mind, come back, think about your what, and boom, you're back on track again. Hopefully you guys like the analogy. Hopefully you guys like this illustration, because this is how that you need to perceive your business, so that all the little things that are happening need to be smaller than what your why is. So if you think, well, if I run into a problem, if I try this out and my sponsor doesn't help me, or if I try this marketing method and it doesn't work after doing it 4 times, I'm quitting. Then your why's not big enough. Because you'll do whatever it takes to reach your goal. The little bumps of failures, which everybody has to go through, don't mean anything. Okay? Don't mean anything. Someone just posted in the forum and says, the cost of the whole year's worth of being a pro member at my PIP was just displayed on this one webinar. Aw, I got tears in my eyes, you guys. Thanks. All I'm doing is giving back, though. Okay? Now, 2 extremely powerful quotes that apply to everything you do in business and life. You just have to decide to just go do it. Build up your why, make it big, and then just go do it. And I love this one. This is my favorite of all time. Doubt takes you out of action, but action takes you out of doubt. So if you doubt this will work, it'll take you out of action to do the things that are required to work. This is what I live by. Right here. Write them down. Doubt takes you out of action, but action takes you out of doubt. So if you doubt that this will work, or you're wondering if it'll work, or any of those things, it will prevent you from doing the actions that are required to have success. But if you start taking those actions, guess what'll happen? Well, you're going to get out of doubt. You're going to start to see some things happen. You're going to start to get some leads. Okay, and when you do get some leads, don't say, oh, but that's all I got, because then you're doubting again. Say, oh my God, I generated my first lead. I'm getting 1 lead a day. That should be one of your goals, to be able to reach your why, right? Get 1 lead a day, opting in every day in My Partner in Profit. Whatever funnel you're using, doesn't matter. Okay, I'm going to get 1 a day. Then I'm going to get 3 a day. And I seen Kurt post the other day, he's getting 3 a day. His goal is now to get 10 a day. Do you see how it keeps increasing his goal? Goals are short-term things. You work towards those, but they're all in sequence to be able to get the big realization of getting to your why. You know? Your first goal might be, I want to quit my job. That's not a why. That's a goal. Why do you want to quit your job? You see, and how you find out what your why is, you keep asking questions on what your why is. Well, I just want to make $1,000 a month. Why? Well, then that would make me a believer. Do you see? Well, if you're a believer, what would that do for you? Well, it would propel me to go out and do what I really want to do. Oh, really? What's that? Why do you want to do that? Well, I really want to do this full time from home. Really? Why? Well, I want to spend more time with my family. Why? Do you see why it's called a why? Why? Well, because then I think that I can spend more precious time with them, and it'll mean a lot to me in my heart and soul that I've put everything into my family I possibly could on this planet. Why would that be important to you? Well, because then I'd feel good as a person in the soul that I did my purpose on this planet to help get people to where they want to go and give them the best upbringing I possibly could. That's big. That's big. Not making $5,000 so I can stay at home. That's small. But why do you want to stay at home? Well, if I could stay at home, I can volunteer more work to help the people that are disabled. Oh, you like doing that? I love doing that. That's why. Okay? That's why. Doubt takes you out of action, but action takes you out of doubt. Okay? Commit to investing in yourself always. Always invest in yourself. Whatever it costs, doesn't matter. Okay? It just keep investing. So in summary, by learning more, you're going to make more money. Knowledge does not create wealth. Remember, applied knowledge creates wealth. So learn it, then go do it. Investing in yourself is the only investment that is guaranteed to bring you a return. Investing in yourself is the only investment that is guaranteed to return, especially these days. Okay? Your mindset is the foundation of everything that you do in your business and in life. So what I just taught you on today, if you take it to heart and really put it inside your brain and you live by it, guess what? You're going to start taking action. You're going to go do all the things that I have laid out for you. Instead of just looking at them and go, I wonder what I should do. You'll just actually start going doing them. And you'll get passionate about it, and you'll do it more than the average, because the average doesn't make anything. Someone asked me yesterday, Paul, if I get started, if I get started and try this out, and I'm not making these words up. I should record people calling me. It's crazy. If I decide to get going and I try this out, what does the average person make? You know what I told him? The average person makes nothing. And pardon me? I go, well, the average person doesn't make anything because the average person doesn't do anything. Okay, so you're saying your program doesn't work? No, absolutely. It works for every single person that applies the knowledge that I teach. So if you develop skill, take massive action, you can create financial freedom. Oh, so I can be rich? You could be rich, but you have to decide that. It has nothing to do with what I'm laying out for you. It'll work for every single person. Think about that, guys. Every single thing that I lay out for you, if you take that to heart and actually go do it, you'd have success. If every single person did. Why? Right? And then it answers that age-old question. Right? What's the age-old question? Well, if it's so good, why doesn't everybody do it then? Good question, right? That is a really good question when somebody asks that. I say, well, I don't know. You answer it yourself. Why aren't you going to do it? Well, I don't know if it's going to work or not. Right. There's no guarantees. You have to invest in yourself to be able to guarantee that. Continue to develop yourself, keep learning, and don't let anything get in your way of success. None of those little hurdles and obstacles that we talked about, logging into a system, watching too many videos, all of those are excuses to validate with your own mind that, see, I told you it wasn't going to work. I knew I wasn't good enough. Yeah, you're right. You knew it. You're right. Absolutely. Meanwhile, the same person using the same resources as you, the same training as you, the same everything as you, is having success. Think about that. Why is that the case? If it didn't work for everybody, then there's something wrong. But if it works for some, me, starting with me, because I've developed all this. This is exactly what I do. All these things here we're training at My Pit, they all work. There's things I do. They all brought me money. They all did. Different levels and different scales, of course, yes, but they all did. So ask yourself that question. If it works for Paul, and it works for Chase, and it works for Elizabeth, and it works for Kirk, and it works for George, and it works for Jay, and it works for Alec, then it can work for me if I apply myself. You deserve, folks, the lifestyle and the dreams. And the internet marketing is the vehicle that can get you there. Right? Whatever your why is, whatever you want to accomplish, that's what it is. Okay. We've been on here way too long, but we're going to get moving now. Secret bonus marketing tip. You guys want that? Okay, let's get going. Let's get going on the secret bonus marketing tip. Now, I will